Hi out there in YouTube land,
Woo,
and
woo.
welcome to another one, DJ Khaled of
You got it. The glamorous life.
welcome to another episode of Live with Mz.KIR. And tonight we have returning guest, drum roll please.
Up and away, because I don't play clown. Kick the witch on the way down.
We got back in the building, Blaq Ice. Show your
Black
love out there,
eyes.
folks. Show your
Hey,
love.
Woo. Let's
Show
get
your
it, baby.
love. Show your love. And my wonderful co-host, Rosalia.
Rosalia.
And my other wonderful co-host, Show Your Love, North Philly's finest.
What it be though, y'all?
And hopefully, Poessence will
If the
be joining.
ninjas let her go.
But I got my water, so Poessence, if you can't come through, I got my water. I will obey my thirst for you, okay? Poessence, right here, girl. Poland Springs, okay?
Listen, we can't pay the ransom unless they accept down payments. So tell them tell them that if they accept down payment, we put down. How much y'all want to ante up, man? $5, 10, 20, man. I'm just saying.
I- If you're holding Poessence hostage, free Poessence. Type it in the chat. If she's being held hostage, say free Poessence.
yes.
We love you, Poessence.
Man, I'm gonna say it like Chris Tucker said it. I'm so broke that if they try to rob me, they just be practicing.
Uh, Be dress rehearsal.
That's how I tell you.
Welcome, folks. We have Juanita Rogers in the building. Welcome, Juanita, and
All
anyone
right.
else who's watching, coming through like the Woo Sue. Okay, Wu Tang forever. All right,
Wu
we're
Tang
about
is
to be
for the children.
Wu Tang is for the children. We're about to be breezy. Okay, on live with Mz.KIR. All right, we're about to be breezy. We're about to be extra breezy because we got Blaq Ice in the building. So we're gonna be
Yes.
extra
Blaq
breezy tonight.
Ice.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now, normally I would start out with, excuse me, I would normally start out with the February celebrity and non-celebrity birthdays, but we're gonna skip that part this week because we got Blaq Ice. So next week I'll be back with the celebrity birthdays for February and the non-celebrities. But in the meantime, shout outs to all those non-celebrities who have birthdays in February. Okay, happy birthday
Everybody
to
get
you,
birthday. Everybody get birthday.
everybody.
Even you in the back,
You.
in the middle, and in the
Okay.
front.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Oh,
Everybody get birthday.
okay, and I'll save the rest of my announcements until later. So we're gonna get into it. Be breezy with us, folks. Be breezy. Feel the vibes, because it's always a vibe on live with Mz.KIR. Okay,
Because
breeziness.
it's
Breeziness matters.
breezy. Breezy like Sunday morning. Oh. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
So get your tea. I've got my water, okay?
Yeah.
But get your tea, tip your hats to the side. If you have on glasses, tilt them or shades, okay? And in my G Dep voice, let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. So now, Rosalia. Now, people should know who you are by now. They really should. If they watch live with Mz.KIR, they should know who Rosalia is by now. I
They
mean,
Yeah.
should
you
know
have
it.
you have been a guest on twice, okay? You have been on several online open mics, okay? And you're a friend of the show. But for those who don't know, okay, Rosalia, tell the folks out there in the land of YouTube who you are. Rosalia, remember who you are. And my Mufasa voice from The Lion King, Rosalia, remember.
Yes. So I am first and foremost, um, what do I say? I'm a New Yorker, a mother, goddess, poet, lover of words, lover of the arts. grandmother, um, and friend of the show. So those are the many hats that I wear. My
Yes.
favorite, like I always say, is friend of the show. So here we are today.
Shoot, man, you a fixture in the show, man. You know what I mean? You a fixture in this joint.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
All right. And next up, co-host. Now they ought to know who you are, North Philly, because I mean, you've been co-hosting for a minute. Okay. And you did two guest appearances as well. But for those who don't know who you are, North Philly, remember who you are. And my Mufasa voice from The Lion King, North Philly, remember.
Yo, North Philly finest man, you know what I'm saying? Poet, activist, spoken word artist, of course. You know what I'm saying? Aspiring actor as of late. Shouts out again to Miss Tiona Brown for directing me in the upcoming joint. Um, will be announced later on. Y'all sure know if y'all know. Um, I mean, be on the show for a minute, you know what I'm saying? In it to win it, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do this. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all don't know me by now, where y'all been?
Right, right. And I am Tanisha, also known as Miss T, Monday through Friday
Topra.
to the little ones, Topra, Mz.KIR, all of that. Mom of two, oldest. Shout out to T Noodle, forever T Noodle, and and shout out to Big Dude K.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to him. And shout out
yeah.
to my mommy. I don't know where she's at, but I guess she'll watch the replay. And shout out to everybody else. Everybody else. And I'll save
Everybody.
my announcements for later. And now drum roll for the moment we've all been waiting for.
Woo wee. Uh, bad stuff. bad, bad stuff. Say it louder.
On this third Friday of Black History Month. Okay. Show your love, folks, for Blaq Ice. Show your love.
Woo!
Blaq Ice. Now
Black
people ought to
ice
know
in
who
the
you
house.
are.
All
Cause
right.
if they've been living under a rock and don't
I'm
know
trying to
who you
tell you.
are, okay, Blaq Ice, tell the folks who you are in my Mufasa voice from The Lion King.
All right, great. So
Woo!
I'm a defer that to my man North Philly. I just sent him a text message, so I'm gonna defer that to him. So check your text, my brother,
Yes, sir.
and I'm gonna let you kick that off. And then after you kick that off, then I'm gonna go ahead and follow up behind you.
Oh man, where was that joint at, man? Oh snap, yo. I'm a this man needs no introduction. Y'all can hear me, man. You know what I'm saying? Over 30 years in entertainment, 30 impeccable, you know what I mean, undeniable years. He is an international award-winning poet, the 2025 312 Music Award winner for the best poet. You know what I'm saying? CEO of National Spoken Word Awards and also six-time National Poetry Award winner. The father of Spoken Word Month, four-time Spoken Word Magazine Award winner, 32, baby, 32 albums, and 12 published books. 10 times. Count it. 10 times. I mean, and the 2024 Chicago Music Award winner for Best Poet. None other than my brother from another mother, Blaq Ice.
Had to
Miss
throw that in
Kier,
there.
you are Wonder Woman,
I
not the
mean,
fictional character we see on the cartoons, although you've been called an Amazon. See, Miss Kier, you could be a mom of four boys, the calm in the midst of the storm and the noise, but you are Wonder Woman, not the fictional character we see on the cartoons.
mm,
Rosalia, you've carried babies inside of you for 9 months. You can hang with the boys, play spades and tonk. What you do on an everyday basis makes some of us men look like punks. Been known to make a meal out of scraps, change diapers and tires on flats. Pat a baby on his back while taking a nap on your lap because you are Wonder Woman, not the fictional character we see on the cartoons. See, you're up before the sun comes up, ironing clothes, packing lunches, and we can call you Layla Ali because you know how to roll with the punches. You can do an 8-hour shift, standing on your feet all day at work, come home, cook and clean, help the children with their homework, put the babies to bed, make sure your man gets fed, and at night, make it twerk. Because you are Wonder Woman, not the fictional character we see on the cartoons, not the daughter of Zeus, but the daughter of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, with beauty deep within, and it's not in your makeup, it's in your makeup. And you have superpowers too. See, Rosalia, Diana may have a lasso which makes men speak the truth, but listen, you have something much more convincing. You have an endless flow of words enough to keep your mouth full. And your intuition can always tell you when us men be on some bull. And Wonder Woman may have super friends in the Justice League like Batman and Superman who can take on any challenge. But look at you, Mz.KIR. You got a whole team of people of extraordinary talent because you are Wonder Woman, not the fictional character we see on the cartoons, but a queen, the daughter of a king. See, Hollywood likes to glorify as fictional superheroes. But North Philly and my hood, Inglewood, we glorify our own super sheroes. Mz.KIR, you are great-grandmother. You are aunt and mother. You are sister, niece, and daughter, CEO, business owner, doctor, and lawyer. Rosalia, made in the image of God, for you are one of his greatest gifts. But even more than that, Black Queens, you are all of that and a bag of chips because you are Wonder Woman. Happy Black History Month, family. Blaq Ice in the building. Poet.
Yeah, poet,
Poet.
Yes.
poet. Woo! That thing was man,
Y'all heard that out there,
smoking.
YouTube, okay?
I
Y'all
said
heard that?
before, I say it again. Shiver me timbers. You know, damn. Woo.
Show your love out there, YouTube. Show your love in my Steve Harvey voice for Blaq Ice.
Yo,
He's in the building.
Man,
if
I love
y'all ain't
y'all.
digging this brother right now, then y'all ain't got no shovels to dig it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that part.
Look, man, I love y'all. I'm glad to be back home
Yeah, man.
on live on Mz.KIR. And look, man, I want to say congratulations because I believe you all also were nominated for a National Spoken Word Award 2025.
Oh
So,
man.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you so much.
you know how we put work in over here, man. We put that work, man. You know what I mean?
And y'all deserve it, man. The platform that you all provide for so many artists and the features, so that people can get to know us beyond what they see on social media. Because a lot of times you're not going to have these type of conversations when you go into somebody's page. You're going to see a photo, you're going to see a video, maybe, and you
Exactly.
may see a stat.
Yeah.
But to actually go deep into somebody's life, their past, present, and future is just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, oh man, we
Yes,
do
it
what we do.
is.
And we glad to have you, I mean, returning. I mean, the
Yes.
graces to bless us. You know what I'm saying? For
And
with,
look, and
with the
so much has
wisdom.
happened since the last show. So much has happened. I can't wait to get into it, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes. We
Snaps,
can't wait to
snaps,
hear it.
snaps in the
Okay.
comments.
Yeah, snaps in the comments, drums in the comments, okay, all that good stuff.
All them good things, man.
Tatiana is in the building. Hey, girl. Tatiana was a guest a few weeks ago on live with, well, a little more than a few weeks ago, about a month ago, on
Yeah, about a
live with
month.
Mz.KIR. Welcome, Tatiana. Hey, girl. See, I got my voice back, okay? Yes.
I'm talking about
Okay, that's all for the comments. Oh, Juanita Rogers said poets.
All
poet.
right.
Yes. We in the building tonight with Blaq Ice. Please
Yeah.
share this, folks. Okay. And if you didn't see the first one, you got to see the first one. Okay. I'm just
Man,
saying.
the first one was devastating to your ears. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This
That
one right
part.
here will shake you down to your foundations.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
Yes. All right, folks. Rosalia, do you have a question for our guest? Rosalia, you still muted? Okay.
Yeah, I just looked and saw that I was on mute. Okay, so my question is about slam poetry. How
Yeah.
do you prepare for a slam?
Well, for those who participate in those type of things, um, they got to understand what the rules are because normally there's a time limit rule, and also any um, any sport, right? Before you play an opponent, you got to study film on those opponents. Now, in this
Mhm.
particular case, there may not be a specific opponent that you have to prepare for, but you should study the winners of the past slams to see
Mm.
what the judges looked at when it came to them. Now, content is content, right? So what works for me may not work for you. What works for somebody else may not work for me. And you got to you actually have to write performance poetry, or you have to actually write slam poetry. I see a lot of people make the mistake of just taking a poem that they wrote and trying to turn it into a slam performance. That's two different things. Slam artists write slam poetry. And so, number one, you got to write slam poetry. Number two, you need to study all the past winners of the slams. Number three, you need to know the rules of the slam so that you could stay within the confines of that time frame. I've seen a lot of people that was dope that actually should have won slams, but their poem was too long.
Mm.
So, there's a few things that you need to work on before you start to delve inside of that slam world. And I'll just say, slam poetry is not for everybody.
Right.
You know, don't fall into the pressure of I got to be an erotic poet, or I got to be a spiritual poet, or I got to be a Black Power poet, or I got to be a slam poet. Just be what God instilled in you and gave you the anointing to be.
Exactly.
Slam poetry is more like battle rap to a certain
Exactly.
degree. Now,
Yep.
those of us who are former hip hop artists or hip hop artists, we still MCs, hip hop artists, we grew up battling other MCs. So we were aggressive in our approach,
Absolutely.
and we was the best that ever did it. When the LL Cool J said, "No rapper can rap quite like I can," I take a muscle bound man and put his
His
face in the
face in the
sand.
sand.
That's
Yeah.
a battle rap. That's slam. That would have been slam poetry.
Yep.
Right.
To a certain degree. So keep all those things in mind before you jump into that arena.
Yeah.
Okay. I have one more question.
Yes.
Have you ever been at a slam and the judges made you pivot because of their judging?
Um, it's been a very long time since I have competed in a slam, and I want to say maybe like the first 2 years of my career. And I've been doing spoken word since 2000. And before that, I got into hip hop in 1985. So I've had a very long career. But slam poetry is just not for me. But when I have judged slam poets, and when I have judged even youth, competitions, I have based mine on like 4 or 5 different things: delivery,
Mm-hmm.
content,
Yep.
um,
I'll say that.
um, not necessarily wordplay, but it helps sometimes. And of course the time constraints and originality. So those are the things that I kind of base things on. Are you talking about some things that nobody else in the competition is talking about?
Right.
So I would keep those things in mind: originality, wordplay, uh, because when you talk about an artist like Prince, and these are the people who inspired me, I was not inspired by poets. I
Mm-hmm.
was inspired by R&B artists. So
Interesting.
when Prince wrote his love songs, and he had metaphors and he had similes and place of things that you knew he was talking about, like erotic city, cuts of, in my hair and all that stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So learn how to say things without actually saying them. The creativity plays a big part. But again, it's just my opinion.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay. No.
and let me just say, the reason why I don't compete in slams anymore is because, first of all, let me give God the credit for everything that He's blessed me with.
Yeah.
But for me to get in a slam would be equivalent to a Beyonce competing on American Idol. You know what I'm saying? It's just like once you've reached a certain level, you just don't go back and do the competition thing. You become special guests and you become judges,
Yeah.
but you don't become competitors.
Right. Right. You ain't gotta prove yourself like
You
that.
ain't got to prove yourself.
You know
No,
what I'm saying?
no.
And my old head used to say the proof is in the pudding. And right now, JELLO.
Right. Right. And believe me, please don't take it to be arrogant or anything like that. It's just that I know my lane
Yeah.
and I stay in my lane and I have become a vanguard for the spoken word community. So I am working on passing new laws. I
Mm,
am working on passing legislation and creating new things that don't exist right now
that's
for
impressive, man.
for the spoken word community.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, that was very good information.
Yes, it
I
was.
learned a lot.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then,
Um, North Philly, do you have a question for our guests?
yeah, it's a three-parter. So I would say from that standpoint, the slams and everything, what would you say to up and comers, like the
Mhm.
younger poets, or those who aspire to be poets?
Right.
What advice? What is the best advice you have for them? And as far as in the second part of the question, of the three-parter, is like you said about legislation and starting or implementing legislation for the poetry community, which I think is immense, man. Because I think that going forward, to have a voice, an advocate for us to ensure that I guess how poets are addressed or how we're viewed, I think that would be important. And the
Right.
last part of the question would be, um, in addition to your illustrious career, man, this is incredible. Um, where do you see yourself furthering, if I may say that? I mean, furthering, your endeavors.
Right. So there is a couple of things that you asked that I want to address, and I'll be texting you throughout um this show as well, so that you can refer to some things, North Philly, and also you as well, Miss Kier. So if you go to Alexa right now and you say, Alexa, who founded the National Spoken Word Award?
Alexa,
DeAndre Hawthorne, better known as Blaq Ice, founded the
Alexa,
National Spoken Word Award. You know what I'm saying? So
what?
it's things like that that are important. And I sent you a link
Never mind.
because in the state of Illinois and in the county of Cook and in the city of Chicago, they have passed resolution and legislation recognizing September as Spoken Word Month.
Mm,
I'm gonna
that's
say that
powerful.
again. It's documented. It's on file. It's on record. It'll be here long after I'm gone. But the
Alexa,
state of
stop.
Illinois, the county of Cook, which is the largest county in the United States, and the
Hmm.
city of Chicago, we have legislation that have been passed and resolution that recognizes September as Spoken Word Month. And these are things that I had to go to the legislators. And I actually wrote the resolution and I sent it to the lawmakers. And I said, hey, look, there's a National Poetry Month. We should have a National Spoken Word Month. Chicago did not have a poet laureate honor.
Okay.
Atlanta had one. Other cities had one. I went
Right.
to the lawmakers and I said, hey, look, we need a Chicago poet laureate. And because of me lobbying and sending emails and talking to the city councilman, now we have a Chicago poet laureate in the city of Chicago.
That is beautiful.
You know,
That's
um, two pieces of history. Third piece of history, um, we have a long street called Lakeshore Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Famous.
Yeah.
I was a part of the movement that got the street changed from Lakeshore Drive to Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable Lakeshore Drive. The black man who founded Chicago, who wasn't being recognized by our city. I wrote the anthem and the theme that was played to the mayor and the city councilman called Black Heroes Matter, which is the history of Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable, which contributed to renaming a major street. So again, we could go to the slam, we could go to the open mic, but when are we going to turn those words into action?
Right.
And go to the lawmakers, and go to the mayor, and go to the state senators, and go to the Cook County Commission or the county commissioners and say, hey, look, this art form saved my life.
Right.
This art form helped change and save lives of school children. We go to the juvenile detention centers. We were just at East West University College on Wednesday, and we doing the work with this spoken word. So if this spoken word could save lives, why can't we have a month that's dedicated to saving lives with using this? That way, when we get the month, then we can get funding. When we can get the funding, we can expand and do more work with the funding that we have and actually employ more poets to get paid to do what they are gifted and anointed to do.
I think we spoke about that the last time you was on, and and you sent me some information, and I have approached a couple of poets that I know to see if we can implement something here in Philadelphia.
Yes.
And I think the opposition that we've met is because like the city government has been shifting towards increasing tourism, and we approached them with the sentiment. Well, I think that's the right word. I mean, it's the sentiment of trying to implement something that would further encourage the youth that are running reckless in this city. Give them an incentive to do something creative, as opposed to pulling guns or doing robberies, because that's the only alternative that some of these kids think that they have.
Absolutely.
And haven't unleashed any creativity that they may have within them.
Absolutely. And it's like, who cares? Who cares about me? Who wants to listen to me? The older folks just think I'm like, I don't want to hear no rap. I don't want to hear no, but man, if you go and look at the dozens of videos that are on our website of how young people shared with us things that they've never shared with anybody in their lives, but they shared it in a poem. Because that was their homework assignment, to tell us something that you never told anybody else. So once they release it and let it go, then we can mentor them and deposit good words of affirmation inside of them to let them know that, hey, delayed does not mean denied.
Right.
Okay. You can't have a breakthrough unless you've been broken. You can't have a testimony unless you've had a test, and you can't have a message unless you've been through some mess.
Right.
So that's that one part. Hopefully I answered that question. But the other question, what do I tell poets that are just getting into it? So I teach artist development classes. And one of the things that I ask new writers that are trying to become performing artists, and a lot of people ask the question, what's the difference between a poet and a spoken word artist? Well, a spoken word artist is a performing poet.
Right.
You could be a poet. Maya Angelou was a poet, but she wasn't a spoken word artist.
Right. She was an exception.
Right. So you can write, you can recite, you can perform, or you can entertain.
Right.
And those are 4 different levels to the poetry, which is the root of everything. But then the root has different branches. Right. There's a hip hop branch. There's a spoken word branch. And then there are other, because hip hop also is a culture. So then there's leaves that go off the hip hop tree. Right. And then spoken word has slam and has all different other kind of things attached to it too. But you have to decide what level you want to be on. And it's okay if you don't want to be a performing poet. That's okay. It's okay to recite. Maya Angelou was probably one of the richest poets, Black poets that ever existed.
Exactly.
And she wasn't performing theatrical poetry like she was in a Hamilton play, but that's what we do. But I'm a former rapper or hip hop artist,
Right.
and that's my culture. So I've been performing on stage since 1985.
So you're accustomed to that, man.
I'm accustomed to
Right.
it, so yeah. And I'm passionate about this stuff, y'all too. So
Yo, ain't no question. I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, I think we going I mean, the some of the poets I know out here, like they really want to still tap that issue because I feel as though, and being I'm an anti-gun, anti-drug activist. And it's like, what I mean, the problem I see is that some of these kids ain't got nothing to do. Like
mhm,
absolutely nothing to do. Their brains is just idle. And if you feed them some incentives, you know what I'm saying, to stimulate that idleness, you know what I'm saying, you'd be surprised what they may have, and it can turn a negative into a pure positive. You know what I mean? But first, the government, the city government, got to move on it. You know what I mean?
that's true.
They more concerned about bringing revenue into the city. I'm concerned about preserving the city integrity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's more important than some money.
Yep. So, let's link up, and I will share with you how I approach the city and the county and the state, and that may be some ways where we can do some things in Philly where they can begin to know that hey, this thing is real. It exists in other cities and other states. So,
Hey man, we just had a couple of some dope female poets from Philly on Mz.KIR, man, and they was just like, I mean, they hot, man. They you know what I mean? So,
mhm,
trying to reach back out to them, circle back, and whatever you can give me, brother, I mean, will be greatly appreciated, man. Cause
absolutely,
it gets frustrating, man. You know what I mean? Like on those up fronts, it gets frustrating because you see all these stories going on, and you say to yourself, like, man, what can be done? And you know what can be done, but the government got to move on
that's right. That's true. That's true.
it. Yep.
Okay, I am going to go to the comments for a quick second or two.
Okay.
Let's see. Juanita said, I've heard y'all before. She also said, yes. And Marie Pannell gave 2 hearts. Juanita gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hearts. Uh, Adrian Davis gave the praise emojis and the microphone. Let's see. Tatiana said, hey, I love your guest. And Adrian said, poet. Juanita said, that's what's up. Adrian said, yes, just found out you started that in Chicago last August. Thanks for all of that you do for the poet community.
That's large.
Uh, she also said, yes, with the praise emojis. And Juanita said, do that poem about Lakeshore Drive.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Adrian said, yes, the youth need that, and so many have talent. She also, Juanita also said, yes, say that. And she said, I love how you are bringing me out my poetic shell. Awesome dude. And Adrian said, this is awesome. Thank you, Adrian. So those are the comments so far. Don't forget, folks, share this because this is a monumental moment, okay?
Absolutely.
Yes. And with that being said, Blaq Ice, can you do a poem for us, please? Because we've been waiting.
I've
So,
been waiting.
right.
Thing.
So this is Black History Month, and
Yeah.
we just shared some poetic Black history, but let's talk about the founder of Chicago, a Black man of Haitian Caribbean descent who eventually found his way to Chicago to establish a city and the first Black owned business. So this is his story. Hold on. All right. I am the father of Chicago. My name is Jean Baptiste Point du Sable. I come from a royal bloodline. My ancestors were kings, queens, and prophets. From Israelite to African Haitian slave, life for my people was very modest. My grandparents landed on the shores of Saint Domingue by way of slave ships. They gave birth to my mom, who gave birth to me around 1746. My father, Point du Sable, was a Frenchman. My mother, Susanna, a slave lady. My people were slaves under the French when Saint Domingue became Haiti. But thanks to a 13-year revolt and war led by Toussaint Louverture, Haiti would gain its independence in 1804, but I digress. I soon will lay the only home I knew. I was a skilled mariner who traveled the seas by way of ships. From my father, I learned the way of politics and sailed from Haiti to New Orleans around 1766. There I became friends with many of the native tribes. They taught me the ways of the land, how to develop it, farm it, and how to get by. And when beef among native tribes began to increase, blessed are the peacemakers, for I kept the peace. And among the native tribes, I met a beautiful girl named Kitty Howard, and she became my wife. She gave birth to Jean Jr. in 1773, and a daughter, Suzanne, who I named after my mom who died. She was born 2 years later in 1775. Shortly thereafter, I was approached by the British to fight, but I refused to fight in the Revolutionary War. God had something much more greater for me in store. I would take my family and leave New Orleans to settle in an unsettled land to build something new. A place with no slaves, no masters, not ruled by any foreign power. This place was called East Chicago. And in case you didn't know, East Chicago later became known as Chicago. I developed a successful trade post there. Developed over 800 acres of swampland. I was a skilled interpreter, skilled in English, Spanish, Haitian, and many of the native languages. The Europeans would travel to my trade posts to buy their fur. So when you gaze upon the Chicago River, see me. When you travel down DuSable Lakeshore Drive, see the harbors and that beautiful skyline, see me. I am the father of Chicago. Not that I was the first one here, but I was the first to arrive, establish trade. I had no slaves. I am the founder of Chicago. My name is Jean Baptiste Point du Sable. That's that piece.
That is so,
Ooh,
yo, that is
yes.
just so mind blowing in depth. You know what I'm saying? The delivery, when you talk about delivery, man,
Yes. Can
that
we
delivery
please
was,
have a moment of silence in my Nas voice?
I'm trying to tell you, this is without a doubt to stop violence. But first, let's get a moment of silence.
Man,
Damn.
thank
Woo.
y'all so much, man.
Yo, it's so informative and insightful. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I gotta say,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? And like the black history aspect of it, you know what I mean, the teaching part of it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because a lot of people don't know that history, man.
right. And again, it comes to the way I wrote it. I had in mind how many schools could I go to?
Hmm.
Black History Month, how many places can I perform? There's churches. How many places can I go? God has something much more greater for me in store. That's that spiritual aspect. That locks me into, man, churches, you need me there for Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? Let me do this,
Right.
and then the city of Chicago's birth date. I'm locking into that. So when I'm writing, I have in mind how I can become marketable as well. You know, um, can I lock into National Women's Month with that poem, Wonder Woman? You know what I'm saying? Can I lock into this? Can I do a wedding? Can I do a funeral? Can I do these are the things that are going to keep us marketable
Right.
out there.
Right.
So yeah,
The marketable aspect goes a long way. I mean, like I think that for all poets concerned, that I mean, besides just books and things of that nature, we still want to get some, some type of compensation.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And your words are rich enough, but ain't nothing wrong with line the pocket with some green.
that's right. That's right. I
I'm
mean,
just saying.
let me say this, man, that my truck note is $750 a month.
Right.
My phone bill is $400 a month.
Sheesh.
And I got a lot of other bills and expenses.
Right.
But when I tell you that poetry pays for all of it, poetry pays for all of it, brother.
I dig it.
And it's been paying for all of it for a while. I mean, of course, I DJ too, so you know what I'm saying, I make some bread that way too. But
Right.
to be able to lock into these city contracts, to have a checkbook in the name of your company, you
Sheesh.
know,
That is
you know what I'm
larger than
saying, to
that's
have a
larger than Mount Everest.
right, to be able to be paid under the name Blaq Ice because you have a bank account under the name of Blaq Ice. You know what I'm saying? So
Which
these are things that I think that normal open mic poets don't think about because they're just, they just want to be heard and they don't really realize the monetizing aspect of things.
that part.
I get a check from Meta every month, Facebook. It pays for something, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
you know,
that's my point I was making, like with these young kids, man. Like if they can understand, I mean, like that gives them the drive. You know what I'm saying? Not not holding up the time, but that gives them the drive. Like instead of going out there hustling, hanging
right.
on the corner, pants sagging, I mean, looking out for the man, I mean, all that type of business. I mean, you can be doing something creative.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we had the thing that sat me out here in Philly, man. We had the Freedom Theater, which I
Mm-hmm.
mean gave a lot of young kids an incentive to want to be in the theater and in the theater arts. They
Yeah.
took that away. That is crazy to me, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like it gets frustrating because they wonder why these kids out here killing each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we ain't giving them nothing to do better.
And all you need is like 4 or 5 poems. That's all you need.
That's it.
Something testimonial, something social conscious or spiritual, you know what I'm saying? But those are really 2 or 3. They could be 2 or 3. And the testimony could be spiritual too. And then something that's relative, you just look at the calendar. You have, I just wrote a poem, man, for what was the poem for? It was some awareness month. I think it was like congestive heart failure or
Mm-hmm.
diabetes or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you look
Right.
at the calendar and you say, okay, we got domestic violence month in the month of October. Okay, we got every October, you got a domestic violence piece. You could be booked for the whole month, every weekend of the month.
Just spitting something about domestic violence.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So, you
That's it.
know, we have to think outside the box. It's
Absolutely.
time to think like an artist only when you're writing, when you're performing, and when you're creating. That's the only time you should think like an artist.
Right.
That's the only time you should think like a poet. When you're not writing, creating, or performing, you should think like a marketer,
Right.
a promoter, and those other things. Know how to switch your hat. So you could say, man, if I was a fan or if I was doing a commercial, what would I want to hear? What would I want to see? And then you go back, see, poetry should be second. People got it twisted. They want to put poetry first.
Mm-hmm.
We in the Poet Organization put community activism work first.
Right.
It is the community activism work that opens up the doors for the poetry.
Right.
So how do we get into school? Community activism work, mentorship work. What do we do in the school? We do poetry.
Mm.
How do we get into prisons and in the juvenile detention centers? It's the community activism. It's the mentorship work. What do
Yeah.
we do when we go into the prisons and in the juvenile detention centers? We do poetry.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Serve the community, serve the public, serve the people, and then bring the poetry in through the door.
And that gives them that drive, man. It,
Yeah.
it it rejuvenates and revitalizes a dead community, man.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, bro, when after the show, man, run me that on my number, man, because you got my number.
Absolutely. Ladies, y'all been quiet this whole.
We taking it all in. We
Right. We're
we taking it
listening.
all in. Yeah. We're taking it all in.
Okay.
But I got a question for you. You said since the last show, a lot of things have happened. So can you share some of those things with us? Because
Yeah.
inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah,
Right.
We're
definitely.
intrigued.
Right. So I tried to sneak it in there with the passing of the law for spoken word month. So that was one of the major things that happened during that time. Of course, the new book. And this is the 12th book. It's on Amazon, but I would prefer for you all to get it directly from me because Jeff Bezos take all your money. And out of a $30 book, which is what this is, I probably might get five after a $30 book. But this is called My Poetry Book of Bible Stories. I was inspired a long time ago. My mom is a Jehovah's Witness, and I'm trying to look for the book. So a long time ago, when I was growing up, there was a book called My Book of Bible Stories, and I'm trying to find that book. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is, right here. So this is called My Book of Bible Stories, right? And you see the images right here, and you see the images
I see that.
Mm-hmm.
right here. And I was like, Mama, where all the black people at? You know what I'm saying? I was like, where all the black people at? So when you look in this book, right, it gives you the story of Adam and Eve.
Right.
Well, I tell the story of Adam and Eve poetically. And in my book, the image of Adam and Eve looks like this.
Mm.
Mm, mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Uh,
that's what a difference a day makes, brother.
look, their image of Cain and Abel
Hmm.
looks like this. Their image of Cain and Abel looks like this,
Nah, that's
right?
yeah, yeah.
My image of Cain and Abel in here. So I wanted to write a book where black children. Oh, that's them getting kicked out. Adam and Eve getting kicked out of
Mm,
the garden,
mm,
right there.
hmm.
I wanted dreadlocks so it wouldn't be no mistaken. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
a
then
good
this is
distinguishability.
and then this is Cain and Abel right here. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I wanted to do something for our children specifically, but it's for all children.
Right,
Because if we can read the books where there were white images, then they can read the books where there are black images.
of course.
But when you read the poem, you're going to learn about the Bible story. And in the back of the book, I have, and this is beautiful too, this is Joseph right here,
Okay.
in the 12 brothers of Israel, right?
Hmm.
But in the back of the book, you have a scriptural references. So if you want to know where I got my information from, it's going to tell you exactly what book, what chapter, what verse to go to. And then
Okay.
after that, scriptural references, it has question and answers, like a test.
Ah,
Mm.
So it's going to ask you a question. Oh, I forgot it got a word finder in here too. You know, our elders love the word finders
Yes.
and folks in the, so it has a word finder in here as well. So, you know what I'm saying? This is something that I'm very proud of. And I was actually writing a children's book.
Okay.
And I end up writing a Bible story as one of the poems in the children book. And God kind of inspired me. Now separate that. I put the children's book to the side.
Hmm.
I was on my way to Columbia and I wrote this book in 6 days, this whole book.
Wow.
I wrote on the plane. I wrote in the car, the Uber. I wrote on the boat. I wrote on the bus. I wrote in the restaurant. I wrote 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when my wife was asleep. I'm writing, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I'm writing, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's how my pen was moving. My ink was bleeding. It was like About time I came home from Colombia, that book was done.
So your inspiration level was way above normal standards.
Man, people was partying and enjoying themselves. I got my phone out, and I always write my poetry in my email.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do books because books can be lost.
This is true.
Phones can be lost. So don't write it in your notes in your phone.
Mm-mm.
If you write it in your email and you just never send it, it becomes a draft.
Right.
Whether you lose your phone or not, you can sign into your email on any device.
Mm-hmm.
So my poems will always be there in my drafts when I'm looking for them. And then last year I did a challenge, one poem a day. So for the first 100 days, I wrote one poem a day. And you know what I did with the first 50 poems? I brought out another book. I monetized it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So there were some major things, man, that God has really blessed me. I opened up
Yeah.
for Shaka Khan
True.
last year.
That is major.
Yeah, I opened up for Shaka Khan last year. I sold out the City Winery for the second year in a row
Oh my God.
in the month of April on a Tuesday night.
Wow.
So again, I give God all the praise, all the glory.
Yes.
My competition
Yes.
is my last year self, and my competition is time. That's it.
that is that is so magnificent.
That's it.
Yes. Yes. All right, folks, we gotta let all that marinate. We gotta let all that
Yeah, we gotta just let
marinate.
it soak in. Like
Miss
that's
Kier,
you know.
Miss Kier, you too quiet tonight. You wasn't quiet like this on the last show.
I'm letting it marinate.
I'm trying to tell you, cause
Mm,
bro, you are phenomenal, man. Like when it comes down to great poets of today, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of cats out there, man. But you have been blessed. You know what I
mhm,
mean by God. You know what I mean with a talent that is incredible, man. And you're using it in such a blessed way to bless others. That right there is impressive by itself. Just to know that you're blessing others
yeah.
with what you have
Mhm,
and wanting to see the betterment in other people.
mhm. And let me just say, to those who are out there, everybody is not for everybody. Because I just performed in Houston. I went on tour and I performed in Houston, and I felt like I wasn't received well by the poetry community in Houston.
Okay,
You know,
damn.
what I'm saying? That's the
Clutching
way.
pearls. I'm clutching
Yeah,
pearls.
I
right.
know.
That's the way I felt. I did the Right About Now stage,
Okay,
and I just felt like I wasn't received well by the poets in Houston. I got a lot of love from the non poets, but I felt like I didn't get a lot of love from the poetry community. But that was okay, because
right.
again, everybody is not for everybody. All that did was made me come back home and go harder. You know what
Man,
I'm
if
saying?
you went to Dallas, the Dallas Poetry Commission with Maya the B, oh, you would have
Mhm.
got love.
Oh
There were
yeah, I
bees on
did.
the swarm.
I'm
Oh
trying to
yeah,
tell you.
I did Dallas
So,
last year, and I sold out the show, and I probably sold myself in Dallas about 35 tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
With my following that I have, in that area.
yeah.
But it was love. It was sold out. Um, so I got a lot of love from Dallas, and I'm waiting to go back to Dallas. So connect me with the sister that you was talking about,
Yeah, Maya the B.
Maya to be.
Maya
Okay,
the
Yeah, Maya,
bee.
Maya to
Maya
be. I'm
the
coming.
B.
Maya to be. I'm coming.
You know what I mean?
You heard
Hopefully
that, Maya? Are you watching? Did you hear that? You heard
she
it here
said she was gonna
first.
try to be on tonight, man. Just you know what I mean? But she might still be in the woods because I saw her in the comments.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Maya the bee. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Rosalia, do you have another question for Black Ice?
Yes, I do. If you had a unlimited investment in you, what would be the next project that you launch?
Mm.
Um, I would like to create a spoken word center for the arts. And the spoken word center would be like for after school programs for children, a safe space. We can feed them, we can mentor them, we can give them computer access, teach them classes, prepare them for jobs, and also teach them creative arts. Creative arts is one of the things that saved my life. Practicing, reading the thesaurus and reading the rhyming dictionary and writing and expanding my vocabulary because back then in the 80s, it was about vocabulary. When LL Cool J said, I'm the pinnacle, that means I reign supreme and I'm notorious, a question like a, you know what I'm saying? So I want a building, a facility. And I want a place where open mics can be held on the in the evenings, and stepper
Nice.
classes and comedy shows can be held in the evening, but during the day, it could be a tourist destination. And so that was the first move of making September Spoken Word Month, the same month that the National Spoken Words are in, the same month that the National Spoken Word Festival is in. And now when people come to Chicago, when we can get this building up and running and the finances and the support for this spoken word building center for the arts, then that's a legacy that could be left behind for future generations to benefit from.
What is it called?
Say it again.
What would you call it? What is it
Oh,
called?
Spoken Word Center for the Arts.
Okay. No other name.
No, I think within the Spoken Word Center, I will probably have the Nuke Bomb Theater, named after my son who passed away from cancer. I will have the Spoken Word Museum. And then, of course, I will have the poet headquarters inside of it as well. But spoken word, since Spoken Word Month has been adopted by the state of Illinois, I think that spoken word has to be a part of it in order for the funding to come and all those other things.
Nice.
And we do have in Chicago, we do have a what is it called? The Poetry Foundation. Yeah, the Poetry Foundation.
Mm.
It's a multi-million-dollar building that sits downtown Chicago, and they have all type of funding and all type of, they got pictures on the wall and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would just make mine relative to our genre versus just literary poetry.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yes, I agree. Show your love out there in YouTube land for our guest Blaq Ice. He's in the
Blaq
building tonight
Ice.
on live with Mz.KIR. Yes.
Yeah.
Man, come on, YouTube.
Yes. Come through like the woo. Share, like and share, because sharing is caring and caring is sharing.
Yeah.
So, for
So,
the love of hip hop.
you all, I think the last time we was on, I talked about my son who passed away.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
And
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
He was diagnosed with cancer at 13, and we had the chemotherapy, the surgeries, but September the 3rd, 2008, we lost him. But since the last time I appeared on your show, my youngest son ended up getting into some trouble, and he ended up getting locked up and, for drugs and all that stuff like that. And it hit hard because of the loss of my oldest. I'm like, man, I'm losing another, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Although
but
it's
God
not by way of
forbid.
death, but so last year, I was scheduled to do the Apollo Theater. I was with a cast called Bronzeville the Musical,
Mm.
and I was reading for the lead part. But because of the time constraints, the producer of the play said, well, Blaq Ice, I tell you what, we're going to bring back the actor who did the lead male role last year. You could be an understudy of him, and we're just going to let you be Blaq Ice in the play. So they wrote me a role in there so I could be Blaq Ice in the play. And I'm like, man, it's cool. Because again, my son just got locked up. My mind is all messed up. I'm touring. I got these things going on. I'm going in and out of the country doing these events and doing these shows. I got books that I'm writing that's coming out. It was just a lot going on, but my son's situation was really like, egging me.
Mm-hmm.
I was embarrassed. I really didn't talk about it outside of my inner circle. And when we were in New York, getting ready to do the Apollo Theater, some things happened where we had to switch the location from the Apollo to the Billie Holiday. I'm sorry, the Alejandra Ballroom, which was the place where Billie Holiday and a lot of other greats had performed. Well, the lead male in the play got upset because we were no longer doing the Apollo, we were doing the Alejandra Ballroom, and he left and flew back to Chicago. The producer of the play came to me, was like, okay, Blaq Ice, you got to step into that role. I'm like, what? So again, I got all this stuff with my son on my mind. It's my wedding anniversary weekend. Got my wife with me. We in New York. The day of the actual play, God gave me the poem to release all this stuff that I have been holding on and carrying inside of me about my son. The day was May 25th, 2025. The time was 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm going to recite it to you. It's a poem that I wrote called God Works in Mysterious Ways. Mm. It was 5:25:25. Mz.KIR, I woke from a dream at 5:25. I was in New York on tour, my wife lying right next to me, holding me, having no idea that I was awake. Eyes closed. Processing this dream and a poem being conceived in the womb of my mind. North Philly, it was finally time for me to write about it. Only a select few actually knew what I had been going through. Now in a dream, I was sharing a personal testimony with a group of people in someone's basement about my son. My youngest son, Denzel, who had just been locked up. And I can't lie, it has had my mind somewhat messed up. My chest hurts. I've been stressed out. And some of the parents out there who have a son or daughter locked up knows exactly what I'm talking about. Now, whoever I was talking to in my dream, I was sharing with them about my baby. That my son being locked up just might be a blessing in disguise. And one of them said that I was crazy. Rosalia, I broke it down like this. My firstborn died at the age of 15 from cancer. I have another son named Christian who since the age of 2 I've helped to raise. But since that day my nuke bomb died, I prayed to God to never ever let another son be taken away. Losing a child is unbearable. I've lost a sibling and I've lost a parent. But there is no hurt on earth equivalent to losing a child, and it's apparent that God works in mysterious ways. The day that I got the call from my son that he had been arrested, I really wasn't surprised. I sort of expected it. See, he hadn't been involved in selling drugs, and time after time I tried to get him to stop. But he thought that he was wise in his own eyes, and after the initial shock, it was embarrassing. It was all over the news at first. Then to see all the social media posts targeting my child, now that was the worst. On Facebook, they called him monster. It was all over the news at first. Some said he deserved life. Others said give him the electric chair, but damn it, that's still my son. He was charged with drugs and guns, and now he has to deal with the penalty of the law. It's a hard lesson, but now he knows that no matter how good a game plan is, it still has its flaws. I'm just so glad I didn't get the call to come and identify his body. And that's a phone call that nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to receive. And in my heart, I truly believe that God works in mysterious ways. My son being locked up just might be God's way of protecting him. See, when I first got the phone call, things looked real dim. But my biggest fear was not him being locked up. My biggest fear was somebody setting him up and killing him. The light seemed so dim. Then God reminded me of just what I had asked him. To never let me lose another son. I would never be able to hear my nuke bomb's voice or see his face at all. But my son Denzel, We text each other 2 to 3 times a day, even video call. I hope that he learns from this. I don't know how long they would keep him, but this would definitely teach him that there's no amount of money on earth worth his freedom. My son may be locked up for a while, but he's still here. And all I keep hearing is God's voice in my ear. You asked me to protect your sons. Isn't that what you prayed? I just thank God in the mighty name of Jesus that my son is still alive. I know exactly where he is. He could have been dead somewhere or buried in a grave, but God spares and saves. See, the God that I serve is an awesome and mighty God. And he truly works in mysterious ways. That's that piece.
Ooh, that was
Whew.
deep.
that was
That was
incredible.
deep.
That was incredibly deep.
Yes, that was.
It was moving. It was
Mm-hmm.
totally heartfelt. Like
Yes.
my condolences again, man. That just that hit home, man.
I
Ooh,
appreciate
Dang,
that was deep. Ooh.
dang.
Okay, we need another moment of silence. Goodness. Ooh.
Man, we do.
Mm.
that.
Once again, on YouTube, a man needs no introduction. Again, Blaq Ice.
Yes.
And for those who
Share
are out
and
there on
share.
YouTube, it's BLAQ. You
Not
already
to
know,
be
North Philly. You
confused.
already know.
Yo, um, Def Jam tells you who I am. The enemy's public. They really give a damn.
Right.
That part.
Yeah, we don't want to confuse
Mm-mm.
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
if if everybody out there from Philly, y'all know about the brother Blaq Ice, who got the Def Jam joint. You know
Mm,
what I mean? But Blaq Ice had that Blaq Ice, the handle Blaq Ice, before Blaq Ice.
mm,
You know, that's the story. That's the true story. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Much love to the brother, though.
Oh yeah, ain't no question. The brother impeccable, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know. But truth be truth. And you know what I mean, you had it before he did. So he just got it. You know what I mean, he stay his lane, stay his lane, you know what I mean. That's how I look, you know what I mean, that's how us Philly cats look at it, like yo.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah.
the end there can be
Miss
only
Kier gonna
one.
stay in her lane. Miss
listen,
Kier gonna stay in her lane.
listen, I hit the joint like the Highlander. In the end there can be only one.
Ooh. Back to the comments real quick. Let's see here. Uh, Adrian Davis said Jeff Bezos with the three laughing emojis. And then Juanita Rogers said, yes, amen. Adrian also said that's what's up. And she also said, send us the information on the Poetry Foundation building in Chicago. Uh, Jocelyn Lee said, yes, send the information, please. So those were the comments so far. North Philly, you have another question for Blaq Ice?
I actually do. I was getting ready to just send you Maya's handle from Facebook so you can look into her joint.
Okay.
Um, I'll send it to you in about a
Shout out
second.
to Maya the Bee. Killer bees
Yes.
on the swarm, Maya. Killer bees on the
Yes.
swarm.
You want to bubble with the bee, huh? Blow a hex on the whole family.
Listen, she be the first one to say it. And Rosalie, you could attest to that. You know what I mean? She is not a professional.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, she
That
is not a professional.
she is not a professional.
But
So my
she is a poetic beast.
yes, she is. So my question would be, I'm gonna dwell on the hip hop side of things. You know
okay.
what I'm saying? You know how I do, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta hit you with this joint. I'm gonna hit you with five MCs. Yeah, I mean, one of them gotta go. All right.
Okay.
Mm.
Ooh, Clutching Pearls, North Philly. Clutching
You know what I
Pearls over
mean? Hold
here.
up.
Mm-hmm.
5 dope MCs. One of
Okay.
them got to go. Here they go. Big Daddy Kane.
Mm-hmm.
KRS One.
Mm-hmm.
Master Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Slick Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And I said 5 already, right? Or did I say 4?
No, that's 4.
That's 4.
You need one
The
more.
accountant.
You
Got one
ain't gonna
more.
you ain't gonna throw the 18th letter up in there?
That's Rakim.
All right.
I was gonna say somebody else, but I mean Rakim.
Right.
One of them got to go.
Right. So ah, it's a toss up between Master Ace and Slick Rick. Slick Rick was a little bit different because he was more of a storyteller. Now, if you said, these are the top 5 storytellers, Slick Rick, he definitely in the top 5. But if you're talking about MCs and if you're talking about lyricists,
Yeah.
then by Slick Rick mainly being a storyteller, I don't look at him more as a lyricist like that. So I would say I'm keeping Master Ace, I'm keeping Rakim,
Okay.
I'm keeping Kane, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep, and I'm keeping KIS1.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. That
Yeah.
that I was going to throw G rap up in there just to mix things up a little bit, but
Yeah.
you said
Now G Rap. Now if you would have threw G Rap up in there and not Slick Rick,
yeah.
it would have been a problem.
I know it.
It would
Yo,
have been a problem.
I,
Yeah.
yo, I hit you with the joint earlier. A
Marley
little
gives a
snippet.
slice is twice as nice as
Yo, bear the
Da-da-da-da-da.
way. Listen,
yeah,
bear the way, because I
right,
can play clown.
right,
Take the witch show on the way down. I hope you got wings. We say you got wings and springs on your shoes, but you lose, cause I got the ill street blues.
right. Suckers,
Yo,
today's the deadline. Your head is way past bedtime. Yeah,
man,
yeah,
the
For the
boy,
love
the
of
boy,
real hip hop.
the boy
that's
was
right.
fierce, man.
And,
The
and
boy was
um,
fierce.
I'm actually I founded the organization Legends of Chicago Hip Hop,
Mm,
and that's another organization that I founded here in Chicago. Man, I wish
Common
I
out
could.
there, right?
Yeah, Common and Kanye and Twista
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, the Brat, you know what I'm saying, and
Okay.
so a lot of these were out. A lot of these MCs was out when I started in '85, and I am in the Hip Hop Museum in the city of Chicago.
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
love.
that's way before the spoken word career. So, is it a way to turn this camera around?
um,
Uh, I think it's a like at the bottom. I don't know where at on the screen to do that, but you can turn that joint around on the. I think it's on the screen somewhere.
Let me see.
I might
Oh,
be
there you
wrong.
go. Camera one front facing front. Camera two. Let me see. Let me turn it around and see if we can. So if you look at this right here, I don't know if y'all can see this poster. Can y'all
we can
see this
see it.
poster?
We
We
can
can
see
see
it.
it.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
So everybody on here is a Chicago MC. All right. So let's see if I can shine a light on it. Is that too bright?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see Common right here. Okay. You see Twister right there in the middle. You see Kanye right there. And then when you zoom out, it's probably about 100 of us in there. But
Phew.
if you come on down, I don't know if you can see me right there. I don't know.
Man, you got the shades on.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can see.
right there. Let me see. Yep. Yeah. So anyway, like I was saying,
That is live.
oh, there. Yeah. So I'm recognized here. Let me see if I can turn this around. Turn this camera. Okay, there you go. So I'm recognized in Chicago not just for the spoken word, but I'm also recognized for being one of the legends of Chicago hip hop as well.
Nice.
That is nice.
Nice.
That is really
Nice.
that is really impressive, man.
It
Yeah.
is.
So my 15 minutes of fame was supposed to have been over a long, a long time ago, but I have um, found ways to reinvent myself, and it's just a blessing, man. It's just a blessing to be 53 now,
Oh
and
man, you young buck.
yeah, man. My hip hop career started when I was 15. My spoken word career started in 2000, and I've had no days off. I had no hiatus. I had no. I just want to take a break. I'm gonna go for a couple of years or a couple of months, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm like, if I did that, somebody gonna come and take that spot. So I ain't doing that.
so you so
People leave for a year and expect to be where they were before they left. I'm like, no, it's a whole bunch of new people now.
oh man, it's a whole rack of them, man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Trust me, man, out here in Philly, like for a minute, I was a household name.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, I come back, it's a whole new rack of cats that ain't never even heard of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Like
So
that moment when Star Lord and the guy in the galaxy, he was like, Star Lord, man.
yeah.
He's like, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Never
And
mind.
and so with the National Spoken Word Awards, that's another branding, that comes under that banner,
Mhm.
and I don't have to be the forefront of the National Spoken Word Awards. It's the poetry community, it's the spoken word community.
But you're
You
like the
know,
head of it, right?
I'm the president, founder, CEO. I'm the producer. I do everything from the website design to the voting design to all of that stuff.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so that so putting yourself in that forefront, you know what I'm saying? Do you see it like you were saying, give me the necessary information I need to push it towards you know to the council, city council.
Yeah.
um do you see it expanding more um beyond the parameters of the United States, like outside the United States?
Yes, because I have a category that's for international artists only.
Hmm.
So the National Spoken Word Awards was the biggest talk in Jamaica
Mm,
when it came to Jamaica poetry. They call it dub poetry. They
mm.
had all over the news in the newspaper 5 Jamaica artists nominated for the National Spoken Word Awards by Blaq Ice in Chicago. I'm attached to all those things.
Wow.
So I don't have to be the star of the show, and I don't have, what I'm saying? I'm attached to it anywhere it goes. So I go to Jamaica every year, maybe 3 times a year. But
Okay.
one of those times a year, I just go to perform in their poetry festival.
Okay.
We have a poet chapter in Jamaica, and one of the poet members in our chapter is the one that throws the poetry festival. His
Okay.
name is Ras Takura. Shout out to Ras Takura. And
Shouts out to Rasta Core.
yeah, and I go there and I'll perform and come back home. I just go there for the weekend. But people know me before I even get on Jamaican soil. They already got the red carpet rolled out. Blaq Ice, we're gonna pick you up from the airport. Blaq Ice, where you need to stay at, where you staying. We want to make sure you straight. No, he with us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in Kingston when I go to Jamaica.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Kingston is kind of rough. It's the
You never
popular
lie.
place where all the artists go, but it's still kind of rough.
You never lie.
So so to have the poetry community in Jamaica love on me like that and show me love and respect what we're doing here. It's and actually the winner of the National Spoken Word International Artist of the Year was a Jamaican poet by the name of um, Casey Garvey.
Mm, okay.
So, again, it was a very big thing in Jamaica and in Ghana and some of the other places.
Right.
Wow.
That is amazing. That is amazing. That is just phenomenally amazing, man.
Yes.
You are leaving. You are leading a tremendously blessed and phenomenal life, man. If I may say.
You
Yes.
know, with the death of my son, there was a fearlessness that came with that death. And
Mm,
again, like I told you, my competition is my last year self, but it's also time. So I'm competing against time. How much time do I have left?
mm,
If I died today, would I be satisfied with what I have accomplished? You know what I'm saying? There are other
mm,
things that I want to accomplish, but I got a whole radio station, Poet Radio, and it has like 8 shows that air.
mm.
So when I first started it, I ran it. I taught people how to work the boards. I taught people how to host the set. I came up with a platform on how to host the show, what you did, if you have an hour time slot, what to do in the first 15 minutes, the
Mhm.
second 15 minutes, the third. So we broke it off into 4 quarters. Station identification. Thank you for calling POET, the 8-time National Spoken Word Award winning station, and blah, 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 blah. I taught all of my hosts how to host. They don't need me no more.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Unless they run into a problem.
Right.
So I host my own show on Tuesday. That's the only show that I want to host.
Mhm.
I know what everybody is doing on every show at every time because I'm in the thread with them. I know how many callers are calling in, and I know when I had that conversation with a cast of hosts when they falling off.
I see you doing the Bible study too, brother.
Yep.
I try
Hmm.
to catch a couple times in the midst of me doing all my, doing the acting thing.
Right, right. Well, I figure like if people gonna follow me, why not follow me to Jesus? You
Yes,
know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
If you gonna follow me to God. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Yeah. So
James Ellerby is in the building.
Oh
Hey,
snap,
James. And Maya the Bee. She has entered the building. She said, "What up, though?" In
Maya.
Maya
Maya,
voice.
I'm coming to Dallas.
So
Let's
those
talk about it.
are the rest of the comments. Maya girl. Hey, girl.
Okay,
And
Maya.
James. Been a minute. Um,
Maya. I gave Blaq Ice your handle. You know what I mean? He coming to you.
oh, did anybody hear what I just said? Okay.
Oh, my phone is here.
Um, I was saying Maya the Bee has entered the building. I said, "Hey, girl," and James Ellerby has also entered the building. I said, "Hey, James, it's been a minute." That's what I said.
Dang, yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, a minute.
Yeah.
Yes. When you coming back on live with Mz.KIR, James? Gotta have you back on. I'm Topra.
Man, it's been a while since James was on Mz.KIR.
I know. Gotta come on back, James.
That's
Gotta
like a
come on
year
back. Live with Topra.
ago.
Shout out to James. Maya gave 1, 2, 3, 4 B's, and she said she's in the backwoods right now,
I
but she
told
had
you.
to tune in.
Told you. She's
Thank you
still
for
in the
tuning
woods.
in, Maya. She's in the backwoods, but she
I
came through like the wolves.
I told you.
Sue.
I told you. She said she was in the woods. Dang, that must be Sherwood Forest. I'm trying to tell you.
Maya is in the building. Maya the bee. um, North Philly, do you have another question for Blaq Ice?
Yeah. So what will be your best advice for those who who really their first time actually um reading poetry or getting into the arts. So what would be your best advice for them on how to approach it?
Well, I would say, and like I say to most people, and I talked to a young lady yesterday, If you're getting into performing live and you have that fear still in you, I would say to call into one of my radio shows or call into some other internet radio shows that are out there. And then that way, kind of get your feet wet. It's an open mic. It's just a virtual open mic. People are not looking at you. Yeah, it's not about what you have on. They don't know if you're reading or not, and start getting yourself out there to get in a routine. And it's like going into the gym lifting weights. You have to be consistent with this thing, and then you'll eventually go to a live open mic.
Mm-hmm.
And then start reading. If you have not memorized yet, start reading. But eventually, if you want to get to a point where you want people to book you, then you have to start learning your material by heart. And I would choose wisely as to which poems I decided to memorize. And poems don't have to be lengthy. I know mine are kind of lengthy. But the older you are and the longer your poems are, the tougher it's going to be to memorize. So write you some good 2-minute poems, memorize those 2-minute poems, and make sure it's something that can make you marketable. Like I said, February is Black History Month. March is National Women's Month. April is National Poetry Month. Then you got Mother's Day, Father's Day, weddings, funerals, retirement parties, birthdays. So you can always write about something.
Yes.
And tap into that movement. Look, the Haitian community love me right now over that Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable poem. And I really didn't know that effect that poem will have with the Haitian community. But I have talked to lawyers who heard me do that poem in Chicago, who booked me to fly out to New York to do it for the Haitians in New York.
Whew.
Wow.
That is incredible. That is.
I gotta do a Flavor Flav. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's talk about the elevator real quick, because during this journey, during this life, we have to understand that everybody that starts with us in the beginning won't be there in the end. Some people, as you all know, are there for a season, and some people are there for a reason. So let's talk about the elevator.
Okay.
There's this elevator, right? It's full of people. Some family, some friends, some strangers, but you're all in the basement. See, the basement represents that brand new idea that was blessed to be manifested in your mind. But by the time you share your idea with the 10 people standing in the elevator next to you, some of them get the hell off before the door even closes. Sort of like those so-called friends. The ones who you thought would be there through thick and thin down to the end didn't even make it to the first floor. The door closes. The elevator rises. Much to your surprise, you're making progress. The bell rings, you're at the first floor. The door opens, and guess what happens next? Those childhood friends, but they got goals of their own. Time for you to be strong, because you're going to lose some of these friends during this ride and feel alone. But as they walk out, a few more friends walk in. You started off with 10, but now you're down to 8. Now, one of the new friends who just walked in pressed floor 2. So you know what that means. The next time the elevator door opens, they'll be going too. But before they left, they introduced you to one of their friends who became your friend. Then y'all became close like kin. The door opens at floor 2. You lose a few, but one man walks in, Maya, and he becomes your boyfriend. And now we're down to 7. Now, only 4 out of the 7 are the original occupants that you begin with. In all, there are 2 strangers, one cousin, your mom, one friend, one new friend, and a boyfriend. Now the elevator passes floor 3. Seems like life is finally looking up. But just as soon as you get comfortable, you're at the 4th floor and a door opens up. You're staring death right in the face. Quickly you step back. He reaches in his arm and unexpectedly takes your mom. Everyone in the elevator consoles you. But this takes an emotional toll on you and your relationship. Everything you ever believed in or ever knew about is in doubt. You become so emotionally cold that right before the doors close, your boyfriend walks out. What's to expect by floor 5? And Mz.KIR, what just happened on the fourth floor was a game changer. But before floor 5 arrives, you will lose one of those strangers. But before he leaves, he whispers to you, there's something that I hope that you see. You ask, what's that? That God wants you to go through everything that you're going through in order for you to get to where it is he wants you to be. He leaves, 4 remains, only 1 more floor to go. But between the 5th and the 6th floor, you notice something. The other stranger reaches around you and hits the stop button. Everything is frozen except you and him. He said, okay, Rosalia, it's time for us to talk. Now, I've been here since the beginning, and I've seen everything that happened, and not once did you ever acknowledge me. I even gave you words of encouragement when you lost your mommy. I thought at that point you would want to get to know me. Look around. Out of the 10 that you started out with, there's only a few. Now you have a choice or two. You can continue on. Use the experience of what you've been through to help heal, or you could do what you've been thinking, go in that person, take those pills. She said, no, I want to live. Well, then you need to learn how to forgive. She now knew who she was talking to. She takes a deep breath and asks for forgiveness, but he said, I'll forgive you if you learn how to forgive yourself. He pressed the button. The bell rings. The door opens at the 6th floor. To your surprise, your ex-boyfriend is standing there, offer you his hand. You turn right around, look at that man right in the face, and smile. See, James Ellaby, out of the many people that have come into your life, you've already lost the majority. Expect for the ones closest to you to disappoint you, let you down, betray you, but don't you change, stay you. In North Philly, at the end of the day, when we place our family and friends before God, he will remove them to show you that he's a jealous God, and none should be placed before him. Trust him to know that he will replace everything stolen, restore everything lost, and heal everything broken. See, in life, you're going to have some knockdowns on the way up. But it's not about how many times you get knocked down, Maya. It's about how many times you get back up. Blaq Ice, that's their piece.
Man, that's yo,
That was
snap it up,
fire.
snap it up. You know what I mean? Like
That was fire.
Captivating.
that was fire.
That was fire.
Yes. That
Maya
was
gave
intense.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fire emojis, and she said respect. Yes.
Yes.
And James Ellerby said yes, sir. And he also said, "Did Blaq Ice just say my name? Did I hear that?" Yes, he did, James Ellerby.
Yes, he
Yes, he
did.
did.
Yes, he did. You were not
Okay,
you
you heard
didn't
it
hear
here
nothing else but
first
that.
on Live with Mz.KIR. Okay. Yes.
Oh man.
And shout outs again to Poessence. Oh, Poessence girl. Oh, but I had my water. Obeyed my thirst, Poessence. Right here,
Mm-mm.
girl.
It's them ninjas. I told her stop hanging with them ninjas. They are not to be messed with. Why you think they wear black? You know what I'm saying? The only thing you see is their eyes. What does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? Evil lurks. Yeah.
Oh, Poessence girl. Got my water though. I obeyed my thirst just for you, Poessence. Just for
Yes.
you.
About to call the drop squad to get her.
Oh, right. Um, let's see. Juanita said, I love that. Jane said, my God, that sent a chill through me. And hashtag MDH said, Huff, Plainfield checking. Hey, Maurice, what's up? P-Field in the building.
Okay.
Stand up.
Stand up.
We just being breezy. We just being breezy with our special guest, Blaq Ice. Okay, he just did a fire poem.
In the
Okay.
building. In the house.
All right, he just
Present
did a
and
fire
accounted for.
poem. He shouted out James Ellerby, Maya the B. Okay.
Man,
We being breezy
extra
tonight.
extra breezy. Chicago
Okay.
breezy.
All
You know
right,
what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Chicago breezy. Feel that breeze.
Chicago
Feel that
breezy.
breeze. Okay. Blaq Ice done shouted out Rosalia, North Philly, me, Mz.KIR. Okay, we being
Yes.
breezy.
Yes.
Well, you know,
All
one of the
right.
one of the things that as a hip hop artist and as a performing artist, being on stage since, the 80s,
Yeah.
um, we thought of ways to engage, audiences and crowds and different things of that sort. And one of the things that I have taken on was when I'm performing to, kind of like bring people into the performance.
Right. Like
If I
audience participation.
Right, if I took a picture of all of us, Miss Kier might say, "Let me see that picture." Well, Miss Kier not really looking at the picture to see everybody. She
Right.
looking to see if she's smiling. She looking to see if her eyes was closed. She looking to see if she needed some lipstick on. So the point is this: if she don't see herself in the picture, she's not as interested. So when you don't see yourself in the poem as much, then
Mhm.
you won't be as interested in it or as engaged in it as much. So I try to draw people
Nice.
into the
All
picture.
right. One
That makes
time
a lot of
folks
sense.
again for Blaq Ice in the building on live with Miss Kier. Okay, snap it up. Them
Blaq
drums in the
Ice.
comments. Okay.
Mhm.
Maya said that man cold. Maya the bee. Yes, we being
but
breezy, breezy.
but
Okay.
I do have something to get off my chest though. And I love my sisters, but I have to say this. If y'all don't mind, do I have permission to speak?
You have permission to speak.
All right. So I wrote a poem called "Why I Date Exclusively Outside My Race."
Okay.
And I want y'all to just hold on now, Miss Kia. Hold on now, Rosalia and Mighty. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like Blaq Ice, you was cool, Blaq Ice, up until right now. Just listen to me. Just hold on. I've contemplated on writing this poem for some time now. I've envisioned the frowns on the faces of my people, but this pricked me in my soul like a needle. I had to speak to my people and to come to y'all face to face. To tell you, Miss Kia and Rosalia, why I date exclusively outside my race. Now, first, I ain't saying that black women ain't some of the most beautiful women on the planet. And I'm not here to take anything away from my sisters nor take y'all for granted. It's just that I'm attracted to women outside my race. Now, I know my grandmother would probably tell me, boy, stay in your place and leave those other girls alone. And if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. I mean, I've tried to date black women, but I really don't like their hair. North Philly, did I really just go there? Don't you know that you could get cut talking about a black woman's hair?
Yes, you can.
But North Philly, I like that kind of hair that flows all the way down her back.
Preach about it, man.
She ain't got to worry about no glue, no sew-ins, or no tracks.
Whew.
That's why I date Malaysian, Brazilian, Peruvian, and Indian women. I love them all. And I'm not talking about Native Americans. I'm talking about the ones from India, Bangladesh, and Nepal. And those Brazilians, oh my God, every man wants to go to Brazil. You see the butts on those Brazilian sisters? Now that's a black man's dream for real. And those Arabian women and white women just have some of the most beautiful light eyes. Sometimes they just leave Blaq Ice mesmerized. But this is why I date exclusively outside my race. But Miss Kia and Rosalia and Maya the Bee, just wait. I wasn't always like this, nor did I grow up like this. I was taught to be like this. And guess by who? Black woman, it was by you. Every time I looked into your face, it was like looking at another race. This all started when I was dating you. Every time you sat in that salon chair and paid about $300 to $400 adding extensions to your hair, subconsciously you were telling me That your picture of beauty is not in your own originality, but in another's nationality. Black woman, beauty is not in your hair, it's in your mentality. And it seems today that everyone is insecure about their body shape. They're out there getting those 360s. She wants a real big ass and a snatch waist. And those eye contacts that you think are so beautiful, I must admit that I think that they're beautiful too. But the problem is, those eyes don't belong to you. So when I gaze into those beautiful eyes, am I even looking at you? So why get mad at me when I date exclusively outside my race? I've been dating you. And on behalf of all men, let me be the first to say, sisters, please take those big ass fake eyelashes off your face. How can you say you want a real man when everything about you is fake? And tell me the truth. When was the last time you got a compliment by a real man that told you your fake eyelashes look cute? I didn't mean to come so hard and drop the hammer like Thor, but the goal is to enhance, not replace. So when you look into the mirror, do you even see yourself anymore? Don't you know who you are? Black woman, you are a queen, Mother Earth, goddess. You have women from other races injecting their hips, their butts, and their lips, because you are the hottest thing since sliced bread. Yeah, exactly, damage. You heard what Blaq Ice said. Black queens, it's time to start healing from those emotional scars. I love you, black woman. Why can't you be beautiful? Just the way you are. What's that piece?
Yes, yes, yes. Blaq Ice.
Don't kick me off the show, Mz.KIR. Don't kick me
No,
You
off
you
had
the
us,
show.
good. You good.
you had us worried for a minute, but I got
Yeah,
it.
at first I was kind of worried. I was like, wait, hold up a minute, hold up. But then I was like, all right.
Yo, Blaq, I had your back, Blaq. You
You
know
have my
what I'm saying?
back.
You know, being the only man on a almost all female panel, you know what I'm saying? You know, gotta hold it down for the real brothers, man.
Right.
Yeah, for a minute I was like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
Right.
I was like, Martin, hold up. And then I was like, and then I was like, okay, all right. So back to the comments real quick. Let's see. Uh, okay. Oh wait, hold on. A lot of comments here. Okay. So Maya the B said, oh, okay. Maya the B said, "Oh shit," and then she started crying and said, "He don't know me." And then Juanita said, "Ooh ooh," and then she said. Juanita said fire with the fire emoji. James Ellery said, LOL, I was waiting for the turn. LOL, that was clever, brave, but clever.
Yeah.
LOL. And then James said, salute. Marty Margaret said, hey, all. And let's see. Juanita said, that poem is fire. And Margaret said Blaq Ice with the I don't know what kind of emojis that is. And then she also said, "Bring it, bring it." What? We right here, my
Right
DMX
here.
voice.
Right.
We not going anywhere. We right
Right
here.
here.
Bring your crew, cause we don't care. We right here. Okay, one time for DMX, folks. Okay, um, and that is all the comments so far.
Yeah.
Wow, we had a great show, folks. We was breezy.
We were extra,
Okay.
extra stupid breezy.
So breezy, I gotta do my Tupac dance again.
Right.
Okay, so as we come to a close to another one, DJ Khaled,
Feels like
live
another one.
with Mz.KIR. Blaq
Mhm.
Ice, what is the takeaway that you have for the show tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I want to say that we have been bestowed this very special and precious anointed gift. We must think beyond the platforms, the stages, and the open mics. We are living in a time, in a space, and in a place, and in a trouble that there has never been since there has been time and since there has been trouble. Our children are dying at an alarming rate. They are committing suicide. They're shooting and killing one another. It is time to take this art into the schools. It is time to take this art into the juvenile detention centers. And it is time to heal people with this art. Don't put the art first. Put God first, number one. Number two, put the community activism second and put the poetry third. Because as long as you got the community activism in there, it's going to open up the door for the poetry. Only think like a poet or artist when you're creating, when you're writing, and when you're performing. If you're not creating, you're not writing, you're performing, don't think like an artist. Don't think like a poet. Think like a marketer, think like a promoter, think like a manager. When I reach out to people, I say, "How you doing? My name is DeAndre. I represent the poet Blaq Ice." You see how that go?
Mm.
I'm Blaq Ice, but hey, this is DeAndre. I represent Blaq Ice. He's an international award-winning poet, and
I
I
like
see that I see that you're having an event. Blaq Ice needs to be on that event. Here's his website. What's your budget? You know what I'm saying?
it.
So
Put
there's a
that
few.
marketing in there.
There's a yeah, right. So I have a price list,
Mm.
but again, people are not going to pay you if they have nothing to kind of look at as far as that what you have done.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
Yep.
get some things under your belt. You got to do some things.
Yep.
So I get paid for a lot of things that I do, but it's some things that I do for free too.
That part a lot of people
So
don't know.
yeah, I just did a Valentine's Day event. Sister said I ain't had no money and I ain't have nothing else to do on that day. I wasn't booked for nothing else. So I said I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna kill it. And when I kill it, I'm gonna get some book gigs out of that performance that I did, out of
Yeah.
that free performance that I did. You know what I'm saying? So you always got to think about how can I come out of this situation and benefit from this situation in some kind of way, and how can I bless other people at the same time. So I thank you, Mz.KIR. I thank you, Rosalia. I thank you, Brother North Philly.
Whew.
I have been waiting to come back to these platforms, to these mics, to this stage for a minute. I love what you do, and I always feel welcome and at home and received when I come here and loved when I come here. So thank you all
Always.
so much.
Always,
You're
man.
Right.
welcome.
Always.
And get the new book,
Always.
y'all. Get the new book.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
put that in the comments, brother.
Yes,
Yeah,
put it in the comments.
get the new book. Yep. I just put my email. I'm sorry, not my email. I put my website in the comments, but I'm gonna put my phone up in there because Maya the Bee, you want to bumble with the bee, huh? Throw a hex, Maya the Bee. I'm expecting for you to bring me down to Dallas. Let's make it happen.
Yes.
You hear that, Maya?
She's still in the woods.
James Ellaby, peace and blessing. Hit me up, brother, so I can lock you in.
Heard that, James? Okay.
Shout out to my poet brothers and sisters who are out there, people of extraordinary talent. We are an international artist activist organization. We go to schools, we go to juvenile detention centers, we feed the hungry, we clothe the poor, and we are looking to expand. We are already in Indiana, Chicago, Detroit, Vegas, California, New York. We're in we're in Houston. We are in Jamaica. We're in Ghana, and we're in Europe. So we're looking to expand. We are open for membership, and we are looking to create chapters in other cities and in other states.
You
So
gotta
reach
you
out
gotta
to
give
me
me
at that
that
same number
information.
too.
You
Yes, sir.
gotta give me that information, bro. Send
Yes,
that
sir.
to that number, man.
Got you.
Also in the comments, let's see. Go back here. Uh, Maya the Bee gave a heart emoji, the fist, and finger cross emoji. James Ellerby said receive, talk that, and Juanita said great show. Thank you, Juanita. Maya the Bee said let's go. James said indeed. Juanita said yes, and Juanita also said amazing. So amazing, and I've been waiting in my Eric Sermon voice.
Right. And now your show is on Fridays, Miss Kier.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it
Okay,
is.
I want to see everybody Monday on Voices Behind the Pens on the POET network. Voices Behind the Pens. Come
Okay.
on over and kick it with us on Monday. We are from 8 to 9:30, and we have been on air for 16 years now. This is our 16-year anniversary. We started in
Wow.
2010.
Wow.
So y'all come on over there and y'all kick it with us on Monday night.
Can you put
Yes.
that in the chat for the
Yeah,
folks?
Yep.
for
So when
everybody.
y'all text me at that 312 number, I'm gonna send you guys the flyer for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We got 2 shows on Wednesdays, 2 shows on Thursdays. We have 2 shows on Sundays, and we have a show on Monday and Tuesday.
Nice.
All right, folks, you heard that? You heard in my Curtis Payne voice, House of Pain. Um, Rosalia, do you have any shout outs that you would like to give tonight and any takeaways?
Hi, Rosalie.
Hey, I want to shout out the viewers who are watching us and those who will tune in later. Big shout out to Blaq Ice for showcasing your talent and dropping very, very, very helpful information for those, stepping into the poetry, spoken word field. I've been in the poetry game for a minute and I learned some things tonight. So I'm very thankful for you. Thank you, North Philly, for being my wingman and helping me co-host. And
You know it. You know
finally,
how
thank
we
you.
do.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you, Mz.KIR, for bringing it all together.
Yes.
Those are my shout outs. That concludes.
Okay. North Philly, you have any takeaways and shout outs you would like to give tonight in my Bernie Mac voice?
Yo,
Lloyd.
like Rosalia said, to all our viewers, man. I mean, loyal fans and newfound followers. I mean, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Um, Shouts out to my brother from another mother, but you can't find no other. Miss Blaq Ice, you know what I'm saying? The man, the myth, and the incomparable legend. Yes. And not to be confused with the other brother from North. That's another story. You know what I'm saying? But man, much love, respect.
Yeah.
Always, brother. I mean, please do not forget to drop them joints for me, please. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got you.
Yeah, I mean, but always a pleasure. To Miss Kier Topra, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, just shout out to James Ellerby for dropping that lovely name to our host. I'm thankful to her for allowing me to be on her journey. Whether we've been doing this for a minute now, Miss Kid. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So, yeah, I mean, shouts out to everybody who loves poetry, love the arts. Um, Shouts out and anybody I missed again. You know what I'm saying? I'll get y'all the next time. You know what I mean? Much love to y'all, and I'm out.
Okay. Well, I like to give a shout out to my childrens. Okay. Big Dude K and T Noodle forever, T Noodle.
I love that joke.
Shout out to Rosalia, my Scorpio sister. Okay. Shout out to North Philly's finest.
You
And of
know it.
course, as always, shout outs to you, Blaq Ice, for coming through like the woo. Okay.
I know it.
you know,
Uh,
and
sh-
and before
uh,
we get up out of here, I have to send a special shout out to the Jackson family. I give them my deepest and sincerest condolences. Congressman Jonathan Jackson and Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr., who, I've had
Yeah.
the pleasure to work with. I texted the congressman the other day when I heard about his father,
Yes.
Minister Jesse Jackson. We don't say Reverend, in my belief, when it pertains to man, we say minister.
Yeah.
So Minister Jesse Jackson, regardless of how you felt about him, the contributions that he has made for the liberation of our people, and the sacrifices that he has had to make, being away from his family, being threatened and being targeted to be killed, and his family messed with all during that civil rights movement time and the 70s on up to going to get hostages from overseas when
Hmm.
American presidents couldn't do it.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
I want to honor that man tonight and say thank you for your service, Minister Jesse Jackson, and my
Yes.
condolences to the Jackson family.
Yes. Our deepest condolences.
Yeah.
Yes. And let's see who else I want to give a shout out to. Tatiana Vilbrin. Shout out to her. Shout out to all the wonderful viewers that came through, like the Woo,
Yeah.
okay, tonight,
Yeah.
showing love for Blaq Ice, okay. Shout out
Ooh.
to all of you guys. Shout out to my dog, Jay Silent Night, okay, because that's my dog. Shout out to Spitfire the Poet, because that's my other dog.
Yes.
Where my dogs at?
Rose. Rose.
Let's see. Shout out to everybody. You get a shout. You, and you. And next week, next Saturday, February 28th, we
You know what it
have
is.
Mz.KIR's online pajama Jimmy Jam online open mic. Okay, we're gonna be
Yeah.
breezy in our pajamas. Okay, we're gonna be breezy. Okay, come through with your bonnets. Okay, your slippers, your bathrobes, your do rags, and your pillows. Okay, and be breezy with us next Saturday on Live with Mz.KIR. And July 18th is the Writer's Block presents drumroll open
Bing.
mic in the park. Jersey stand up.
Doing it
Okay,
in the park. Doing it
we gonna
after
be in the
dark.
park.
Oh
And North
man.
Philly, I'm gonna need you to be there this year. Just saying.
Yo,
Okay.
listen, I'm coming. I'm coming. Yes. I'm coming.
Here I am. No.
Uh,
R-A-W. All right,
RAW.
I ain't
I
gonna
was
do
Right.
listening to that last
Yeah.
night.
And look,
And
y'all got
with
to be
that,
in Chicago for the National Spoken Word Award weekend. It's always Labor Day weekend. So we got
Man,
5 events in 3 days, as many open mics as your stomach can take. National Spoken Word Festival will be that Saturday of Labor Day weekend, and the National Spoken Word Awards is always the Sunday of Labor Day weekend. So
man.
get ready.
Yo,
well,
coming out.
dynamite.
Gotta come out.
Yep.
Gotta come out. It's overdue, Black. It's
Yep.
overdue.
Yes, this is Tanisha Jacob. I know S at the end. Not the jeweler, but I dropped poetic gems. And this was another episode,
Man.
DJ Khaled of Live with Mz.KIR. Hope you were breezy, because we sure enough was breezy up in here. Okay, we was breezy.
We was
Okay.
extra breezy.
All right. And remember now, folks, okay, take a looks.
Right.
Edges. Edges matter.
Right.
Okay. Don't let nobody ever tell you in life that edges do not matter. Edges and hairlines matter. Okay. Maya the Bee said June 11th she's gonna be in New York for like a week. Okay, Maya.
Okay,
She
Maya.
said, let me know y'all got anything around. All right. Well, folks, you done heard it here first. Okay, Maya's gonna be in Jersey. I mean, not Jersey. Excuse me, New York. She's gonna be in New York.
She'll be
Kind of the
close.
same. Yeah. So anyway, remember, folks, edges. Hold on to those edges. They matter.
Yes.
They matter. Okay. This is Tanisha, aka Mz.KIR, aka Topra, signing out. See you next week on Live with Mz.KIR online open mic pajama jam. Okay, we gonna be breezy. Okay.
Extra, extra breezy.
All right, so hold on to them edges. Don't let the breeze get them edges. Okay, do not let the breeze get them edges, folks. You better hold on to them edges.
Hold on to your edges.
And
You got to
again,
hold on.
shout out again to Poessence, girl. I obeyed my thirst for you, girl. Okay, y'all be breezy out there. Peace.
Mm, mm.
Peace.